for tips in the case of a missing Nebraska woman.
FBI announced a big reward is available. Our Dave Zavolinsky tracking the story. He has the latest.
Yeah, John, Jacqueline, this is Sunny Schremek right here. She was 22 years old when she was last seen in Trenton, Nebraska, in the southwestern part of the state. Schremek right here. She was 22 years old when she was last seen in Trenton, Nebraska, in the southwestern part of the state. Schremek right here. She was 22 years old when she was last seen in Trenton, Nebraska, in the southwestern part of the state. Schremek right here. She was 22 years old when she was last seen in Trenton, Nebraska, in the southwestern part of the state. Schremek right here. She was 22 years old when she was last seen in Trenton, Nebraska, in the southwestern part of the state. Schremek right here. She was 22 years.
Tomorrow's mom and Daniel Robinson's dad were doing live streams together on social media to bring awareness to their missing children's cases. And when the years go by with no answers, it can feel like hope is dwindling. That's why Daniel Robinson's dad tells me Alicia being found alive is all the hope he needs to keep going.
Two high-profile Arizona cases that have gripped the nation for years now. The 2019 disappearance of Alicia Navarro and the 2021 disappearance of Daniel Robinson. Both cases were at a bit of a standstill until this week.
And it's just like that, things just changed. I was like, man, that is so amazing. I mean, God is good.
That was Daniel Robinson's father, David's raw reaction to first finding out now 18-year-old Alicia Navarro was found safe this week in Montana. Alicia had gone missing at 14 years old from her Glendale home, while Daniel Robinson vanished from his geology worksite in Buckeye and has never been seen again. The two parents started teaming up for advocacy back in 2022, hosting their most recent live stream together just 2 months ago in May.
It's difficult to keep the story out there.
So it was a major turn of events for everyone when Alicia unexpectedly showed up alive and nearly 1,400 miles away, something even investigators don't often see after 4 years.
I dream about Daniel showing up a lot. I dream I have him in my dream. He's just going to pop up. And to see this happen in this case, yes, it brings new hope.
While Glendale PD says they haven't made any arrests yet, they have served a search warrant in the small Montana town where Alicia was found and confirmed they've questioned multiple people in the investigation. Alicia's case is known nationwide because of her mother's relentless drive to keep the story in the media. And David says that messaging and care may have reached Alicia.
And I'm very grateful to see a mother not give up on her child. And look what the results are.
As authorities continue to try and piece together Alicia's life and whereabouts in the last 4 years, David is focused on the outcome, praying for their family and for his own son, too.
I really believe in my heart's a heart, with my faith in God, that I will find my son alive. He will be brought back home. I love him. And I will not stop.
Alicia's family did release a statement today saying how happy and blessed they are that Alicia was found alive and safe, thanking law enforcement, media, and everyone who has followed her story. We do expect to get more updates from law enforcement in the coming days and weeks as they continue to investigate what happened to her.
Yeah, a lot of answers still ahead. Brianna, thank you.
lights and camera turn off, I will be here. When the interest and conversation fade, I will be here. When there's no one around, a father will do anything it takes to be there for his son, to protect his family.
David.
Where's everybody?
9 infant months.
Without these special people behind me, I wouldn't have a search. Because of the way seatbelt locked, so we know seatbelt. Everybody, this is David Robinson, the father of geologist Daniel Cornelius Robinson. Thank you guys for joining in. I see people here. You guys had joined in with me, so I really appreciate that. You guys showing your love and support. Again, I'm David Robinson, the father of geologist Daniel Cornelius Robinson. To those who may have just heard about my son's story, my son Daniel, a geologist that had graduated from the College of Charleston, decided to take his career out to Arizona. He started his life, his dream, his career out in Phoenix, Arizona. The first year when he graduated from college, he landed his first job with a company called Matrix New World. It's also called Matrix Southwest Groundwater. They hired him on as a field geologist, also called a hydrogeologist. My son's job is to go out into various well sites ground to assess groundwaters. His that's what his company does. He goes out there to determine if those wells and those groundwaters can produce at least 100 years of water. That is something that's required by law in the state of Arizona. Being a desert state, they need those groundwaters. Also, on June 23rd, you guys, is the date that my son went missing. You guys most of you know that Daniel has been missing for over 2 years now. It's been a long journey trying to search for him. The circumstances around this case is very confusing. There's very different parts of it. You guys, some things you can take to heart and some things you can't. But the storyline that we originally had was that he went to 2 well sites on June the 23rd of 2021. The first site he went to do assessment of a well where he took some photographs and things like that. But then he was assigned also to a second well site where he was supposedly be meeting one other person out at this in the Sonoran Desert who's working at another company called Weber Waterworks. There's one other individual gave a story to date. You guys does not add up. His name is Ken. He works for Weber Waterworks. This company, what it does is drill the wells that's out there to drill into those groundwaters. The narrative about what happened to my son, of course, you guys know that was created from his story, his testimony to give us the narrative of what happened that day. Since then, you guys, a lot of, like I said, conflicting information, conflicting evidence that brought us to where we are today. Today, I have been trying really hard, up to date, been trying really hard to get justice in my son's case. Again, like I say, he's been missing over 2 years. and we still haven't gotten any justice. We haven't gotten any closer answers other than what my investigator and myself had produced and delivered over to the Buckeye Police Department. Nothing else has brought us closer to any answers to this date. We're still looking for answers of what happened to Daniel. We're looking for his justice. And also, as a father, of course, I want him home with us, his family. So as you guys know that, like I said, I've been out doing desert searches, you guys, searching on my own, doing my own investigations, as well as, trying to put the word out about Daniel so that way I can reach as many people as I can. Daniel's case did go on a national level. However, at the same time, from time to length, things start dying down. And that's why I'm here today, just going to make sure that I'll continue to put Daniel's story out. Some of you guys missed. I know you guys haven't seen me do this type of thing in a while. I've explained this before, but after the candlelight visual, I had a little issue. It's pressure, you guys, a lot of pressure, a lot of stress that I had to deal with. And I needed some time. I needed some time to get myself together. I'm still in the process of getting myself together. When I say get myself together, you guys, there's so much stress involved with trying to find your loved one. I couldn't imagine doing it for over 2 years, pushing and pushing and fighting and fighting. Everybody have their point where they have to make sure you're taking care of your mental health as well as your physical body. You have to take care of yourself, so you can go on the grind and go on and push, but, you definitely, like I said, just make sure you take care of yourself. And at the same time, you guys, I had to kind of get away from doing the lies as much as I was doing it. And so I can have a little time to do some other things. I was able to work with some officials outside of law enforcement to try to get some things going closer to getting answers to what happened to my son. So I'm still doing those things. I'm still trying to push, asking you guys, can you help me with the mail-in protest? You guys know about that. You go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. You'll see the mail-in information there, how you can participate in the mail-in protest. So just by saying, I'm going to go there real quick, you guys. If you go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com, the website, you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Right here on the front page, you guys, is of course a couple things I want to point out real quickly. The sign the petition, you guys. Say sign the petition. Of course, I always like to say put your voice to the petition, because I definitely need your voice for those things I'm doing. Outside of public stuff like the things what I'm doing right now. I'm still working in the background, sending out letters, reaching out to officials, etc., working with them. But I need your backing. So if you guys can just always make sure, if you have an email, you can do it multiple emails. You can do it multiple times. I just want you to be able to, so if you guys can, kind of back me up on this petition, because I definitely need your voice there, saying that you back me up in everything I'm trying to do for Daniel. Also, you guys, another thing, volunteer in other ways tab. I definitely been utilizing that for a while, you guys, from day one. I know a lot of people say, hey, I done that about a year ago. Still to this day working on those type things. But, I thank God that you have those things there. I need more people to add your name to this volunteer in other ways list, so we can learn your skill sets and how you could be able to help us in other areas that we're looking for. And I say I have a team. Some of you know them as the A team, but they definitely, we can actually utilize your skills if you guys, have that willingness to do so. Also, to print the flyers, you guys. Of course, I've been putting out thousands of flyers. I do it all day, every day. Everywhere I go, my car is filled with flyers, and I give them out, pass them out, put them in locations. But this is the PDF, you guys, for the flyers. And if you guys can, I'd like to put them in a size of a postcard. And I told y'all guys, told you all what the reasons were. Back then, in Arizona, I've been when I first started the flyer distribution, I was giving out flyers, but they were so huge. They were the size of a notebook paper. So it was really huge, and I had them laminated. People not going to carry that around with them all day. They can hold it for a while in their hand, but then they'll sit it down somewhere and forget about it, move on. They can't just carry it everywhere they go. They can post it up somewhere, and that's about it. But I want people to be able to carry these flyers with them in their pocketbook, their pockets, etc., especially when I was reaching out to the homeless population. Of course, it's easier for them to carry these flyers. If Daniel happened to be part of the homeless population, what I was thinking at the time, maybe they can, they hold that card and say, hey, this is the guy that, that man was looking for. So we just want to make sure people is more accessible and easy for people to carry around the durability. So that's the reason why I made it the size of a postcard, the way, try to help in that manner. But like I said, at this point, you guys, I'm definitely take anything. Any way you guys can print them out yourself and can help with the resources, because it costs, of course, the resources to print flyers, and you guys want to help in that way. I truly appreciate it, and God bless you for that. Also, like I said, on the website here as well, on the home page, you guys, you have the tip line number. So you guys already know about that tip line number here. The tip line comes here. But what I was talking about was the mail-in protest, you guys. Please download your PDFs on your for your mail-in protest. These are the PDF samples, the way they look. I do have something else I want to share with you guys. I have someone had emailed me earlier. We're crafting they crafted a letter, really, really good one that you all can use. And I'm thinking about make sure you get this on the website. That way you guys can also get these letters. I'm going to start the lettering part again, but right now we're doing this, sending these PDFs off. You guys, these are the 5 PDFs here, but this also are the ones that you can, like I say, send off. You guys, all you do is download them. If you guys want to donate in a certain way, the donation I can ask for you guys can help is a stamp, some mail, some envelopes, and whatever you guys can, saying to get these letters out every week, much as you guys can. So this is the PDF. Any one of you click in, it would be one of these here. So if I just click one of them here, for instance, it would take you to the PDF. Like I was saying, you guys, you can print them out and stuff the envelopes and get them up to these departments. So each one of them is a different, of course, a different PDF of the ones you see, the samples that you see right there at the front. So I just want to show you guys that those who do not know about how you can do the mail-in protest, but you'll mail those protests, you mail those papers off into these address you see here. You have the Buckeye Police Department. You got Chief Larry Hall. That's the address. He's the chief of police of the Buckeye Police Department. We want to flood them with these letters. Also, Maricopa County Sheriff's Office as well. That's Sheriff Paul Pizzone. You guys can send those off to him as well. But like I said, these letters will be coming from a concerned citizen of Arizona. Had crafted this letter. I thought it was really, really good, and I would be utilizing that here. Also, what she was recommended what was recommended is that we do it in a Google Docs type deal, so you guys can just add your name to it. It's like a form you can put your name, whatever information you want to put there. It'll be a little easier for you to type in those information, then print them out and send them off. So, but these are the addresses here, you guys. As you can see here, have on the green here. We need thousands of letters sent weekly to gain continued action in Daniel's case, because one of the things is that I'm really pushing hard is that I'm making sure Daniel's case don't go cold. There's no reason for it to be go cold. There's so much information that I'm trying to push law enforcement to do. There's some continuation on forensics. I'm still fighting to get law enforcement to do. So this is far from being a cold case. It become a cold case if they sit on their hands and don't do anything. Law enforcement I'm speaking of. And so I'm not going to allow that to happen, you guys. We're not going to allow them to throw Daniel's case on the road. That's an old news thrown in the background. So, this thing started off as a grassroots movement. I could not have done 49 weeks of search at 35,000 acre lands without people like you. This is a grassroots movement, and I truly depend on you guys. I have been depending on you guys when I first got to Arizona. I didn't know how much it's going to cost to remain in Arizona, fight for my son. I put out a GoFundMe out there to ask you guys to keep my boots on the ground. You guys did that. Ask you guys to help me with the searches. You guys have done that. Help with the flyer distributions. You guys have helped me with that. Got those billboards out there. You guys help me with that. I mean, this is settled. It's on and on and on. I can just keep going. So I really, truly appreciate everybody who have been participating up to this date, keeping the things going, and give me the ability also to help other families as much as I can. So I truly appreciate that, you guys. I want to go into the comment section real quick before I keep going. I want to say thank you again for everybody who is joining in. It's truly a pleasure to see your names here, just support. So I truly appreciate each and every last one of you. Thank you, PM Channel. Always here, always going to see that name there. I really appreciate it. Greetings, David Robson, and all in the chats. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Also, Mary Allen, God bless you to be here. E. Sands as well. You guys have been supporting. I really appreciate that. Tracy, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Valzel, thanks so much for being here as well. For your constant support. I truly appreciate that as well. Lee, thanks so much for being here. Hello to David Robinson and everyone in the chats. Thank you so much as well. Aaron Chase, thank you so much for all the work you do. I really appreciate you being here. Hello to you. And thank you again for everything. Also, I have Mary Ellen. Thanks so much again. Darcy, thanks so much. Hello to you. I really appreciate you being here. And let's see who else I have here. Let's see here. I'll make sure I'm not missing anybody. All right, Duncan, thank you so much for being here from the YouTube side of things. Thanks so much. Dimps, thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate you coming in to join in on this live. Let's see who else I got. If I miss anybody, one thing, you guys, if you guys have any questions, by the way, what I normally would do is, you guys put a question mark there, capital letter Q, the word question before your question. That'll help me coming down. But tonight I'm not gonna be too long. I'm just really getting ready to try to get back into this thing again. You guys are doing live, so just bear with me tonight. I'm trying to make it short, and I'm just trying to get my mindset back into doing this again. So just needed a break. I'm coming off this break, you guys, and just trying to not overdo it tonight. Also, I have here, thanks so much, Aaron, again. I don't know if this is a question, but I thank you for putting this information. Let's see here. You agree with me? Seeing that the Gilgo murder investigation was hindered by corruption, do you agree with me that there is issue with the Buckeye Police Department? Every fiber in my being is there covering themselves. I don't know anything about that Gilgo murder investigation. You're saying something new. I'm going to try to look into it since you brought it up. I don't know what it is, but one thing I can say, in my opinion, for Buckeye Police, I know they do a lot of cover up. They have a history of covering up. They have a history of covering up crime statistics, you guys. So this thing's not what I have been saying for over 2 years now about the Buckeye Police Department, and reasons why I need my son case move out of the apartment. It's not something I just made up or some just off feeling that I have. It's my own experience dealing with the law enforcement, first of all, and also looking to their history to understand why the department does what it does. So they have a history of that, you guys, corruption, of covering up crime statistics, falsifying documents and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying, you guys. When you see these police reports, do not ever take those things. Take it with a grain of salt. That's what I'm saying. Don't take it for face value and say it is accurate. I can promise you that it is not. So this, like I said, you guys, I agree with you, Aaron Chase. The same way. This is same thing. I'm still constantly, because you guys haven't seen me on here, don't mean that we're not constantly still dealing with the Buckeye Police Department on those levels. I'm just getting to a point where I will be able to share a little bit more. Also, Leah, thanks so much for being here. Tyler, where they still, we're all still here and spreading the word where we can, and I really appreciate that, Leah. That's what I need. You guys, you see happening, Miss Nunez with her daughter, Alicia. Getting that information out there, getting that word out there. I'm assuming, you guys, and this is where I look at it, getting the information, the word out can reach, hopefully, someone like Daniel, if he's out there, what I'm saying? So, that type deal. So I'm going to keep pushing you guys on every angle. I have not ruled out anything when it comes to Daniel, but I know foul play happened, but I don't know exactly what foul play means in my son's case. When I say that, the situation on the ground, yes, it represents foul play, things that we have the evidence wise. But I always have a hope and a faith that Daniel somehow escaped all of that. He's somewhere out there. Even if he had to be rescued, we have to rescue him. But what the whole point is, I just know that putting the word out, it helps out a whole lot. So anytime you do that, Leah, I really appreciate that, because my goal is to reach the person that knows what happened in my son's case. Speaking of that, real quick, I want to go and put this on the bottom. I haven't done that. This is something that need to be at the bottom of this page here, you guys. And that's the tip line, you guys. Anything you can bring my son home, that is the tip line, Leah, for those who have word about what happened to Daniel, have direct knowledge of what happened to Daniel, can utilize that tip line to help me, his father, get answers that we're looking for. His family, we can get those answers we're looking for. So let's see here. Let's see who else I got. Aussie, thank you so much for being here as well. Hello to you. Thank you, Nissa. Thank you so much. It was good hearing from you today as well. But thank you so much for the super chat. You're such a wonderful person. Like I told you, you're just wonderful. Your heart is there. You're genuine, wonderful person. Like, share, subscribe, you guys. And thanks also, Nissa, for moderating. This will allow others to see Daniel's story. Please help spread awareness. Daniel deserves justice, and and thank you so, Nissa, for saying that, because yes, we definitely need you guys. If you guys can hit that like, share, and subscribe button, it means a lot to, even if you just listen for a moment and say, hey, I'm not really interested in this channel or whatever, it's not going to hurt you guys if you can hit that like, share, subscribe button, because what it does, it helps with the algorithms to get this channel out farther. And that's the goal. Just almost like me putting out those flyers out there every day and every week and so on. It is getting out, it's reaching people who haven't even heard of cases. I walk down in Phoenix and, I run into people that say, I didn't even hear about Daniel's story. And they're amazing. They're shocked, and it's right here in Arizona. You can find some in Buckeye. Didn't hear about Daniel's story. So, the goal is to try to reach every cranny corner of this country and, and reach out, because you never know where people or things turn up. Person who saw something that day when they was passing by that desert or whatever the case may be, or Daniel's home, and was happened to be moving that day. Now they live in Wisconsin or something, or Florida or somewhere, in some town, and just reaching out to that person, getting those flyers out there, getting information out there, actually touch that person. That person may jog their memory about something, and there you go. We have a tip that would bring us closer to answers for what happened to my son. So, all right, thank you, Aaron, again. I have to go. I love you, and I love to all the support. I understand, Aaron. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your support. You always constantly support, so I really appreciate you. Also, thank you, Avril. Thank you so much for being here. Happy to have a break from work to catch your catch your love, David. I was just doing some research last night on the land. He went missing in. So that's and thank you so much for being here. First of all, I really appreciate that. That area out there is the focus is to bring in billions and millions and billions of dollars out there. That's going to be one of the fastest growing. Buckeye is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, and they're really pushing hard to get that done. So it hurts their pockets when you have someone like a geologist, young geologist who just got out of college, who's eager to do his job the right way. I'm not insinuating and saying this is exactly what happened, guys, but I'm just saying I'm giving you what a narrative could be for motives, and will mess up a plan that's making billions and millions of dollars because he found out that this area do not sustain it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, again, you guys, by law, you guys have to understand this. By law, these groundwaters have to produce 100 years of water. And if it don't produce 100 years of water, that development cannot go forward. But you see they're going forward, and that ground out there has been already proven. You guys seen the water report. A funny part, it came out in June, the same month my son went missing, June of 21, but the old governor at the time was hiding it the whole entire time until the new governor came in and was able to get it and release it, right, to the public. And we found out that there is no groundwater enough to sustain that community out there, but they are still trying to push forward with it. They're not going to let anything or anyone stop this quarter 11, meaning the Highway 11. They're going to be coming out there in that area near to where Daniel went missing, a little further out west. But But it is a lot to that land. So you say you studying that land? Yes, they've been doing a lot of stuff with that land for since I remember reading something about the '80s. The landowners were fighting and things, and they were trying to put developments there. Sun Valley Parkway used to be called the road to nowhere because it didn't lead to anywhere. And before they built Surprise, the city of Surprise, and some of these other places, areas out there now. So it's a lot. There's a lot of history into that. A lot of money making type deals that goes along with that as well. Also, thank you, Jennifer, for being here. We are here, been spreading the word. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And that's the name of the game, you guys. Thank you so much. Get that word out there. Thank you, Duncan. Thanks so much. Have you talked to my friend at PGT Times? No, I have not. She's broadcast on Roku too. No, I have not. I never heard of that, but I will look it up. If I have my moderators can remind me, definitely remind me because once I get out here, sometimes people just get some things going and then I slip my mind. But yes, I'll look into that. And thank you so much, Duncan. I really appreciate that. Also, Esther, thank you so much for being here as well. Revelation, justice, redemption. That's right. And everything will be revealed. I know it will be revealed. I know we'll get the answers. We'll get the justice of it. Those who may be involved, get the justice, what I'm saying? So I'm really looking for that, bringing my son back. And so thank you so much. Let's see who I have here. Canfora, thank you so much for being here. We stand with you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm telling you guys, you know what? One of the biggest things for families as well is that support, is hearing that encouragement from you guys. We definitely need that. We need that support, that morale booster. We need that type stuff because it's not easy. You guys see what happened in certain circumstances. I'm trying to avoid talking about certain circumstances right now. Because, I don't want, it's the thing, it's the elephant in the room. I just want to say this real quick, you guys. When a loved one, I'm imagining if I can find Daniel, that's one of the happiest moments that myself and my family would have is Daniel is alive and well, right? So I put myself in my empathy there, and I put myself in another family's shoes. Like Miss Nunez, her daughter was found. One thing I can tell you guys, of course, our loved one story is national, is out there in the public, et cetera, et cetera. And everybody want to know. We have a big interest into, like, for instance, you guys have a big interest into my son's case. Want to know exactly what happened. Want to know some details. Want to know, certain things. There's always going to be an investigation going on, first of all, until we get those answers. But at the same time, it's two things. I'd rather for people to hit up law enforcement, for instance, and try to get these answers. Don't mess with the family. The reason why I said, I'm just going to just say it straight out, you guys. Don't put the pressure on the families, because I think that if God, when He do, I'm going to say it in a good sense. When God bless me to bring Daniel home, we need a healing time. I need to know as a father. His mother need to know. His siblings need to know what happened. How you feeling? What was on your mind? What's going on? That type stuff. Whatever the case may be. There may be he already going to probably get bombarded by law enforcement. So it is so much, right? So just give the family time. Give the family time to heal. And that's the biggest part. I mean, could you imagine 4 years, 2 years of not hearing your loved one's voice? They can't even hear voice. And like right now, I have to listen to old voicemails and recordings that I have of Daniel just to hear his voice. But then you actually get to that point where your loved one comes back. You need that time. That bonding or whatever the case may be. You need that time, you guys. And it's terrible when I've been hearing some stories about the case where people's coming to their homes and I just information. I mean, it's terrible. I couldn't imagine that, that stress and that pain and that, whatever that comes with that. So just like I said, I hope that people start thinking and put themselves in other people's shoes, that kind of empathy thing. And it's okay to hit law enforcement. I say hit them up. You want some answers? Hit them up. They should be providing those answers to the public. And I'm sure when the family heal and they get their time and they're ready to share some things with the public, they're gonna share some things with the public. They'll share some things with the public when they're ready. But let them get a chance to be ready. So I just want to throw it out real quick, you guys, because it's hard for me to ignore something that's in my heart, in my mind. You know what I'm saying? I've known Miss Nunez for a while now, and just really, really at joy that she do know where her daughter is now, know that she's doing well, and that's the biggest part. The one of the biggest part for me would be to know Daniel's fine and he's doing well. That'd be my first thing. The other part is that to be able to be reunited and things like that. So that's one of the biggest parts. But nevertheless, don't think the family is a selfish thing. No, it's our family thing. We'll never ever forget what everybody have been doing in the public and helping, because like I said again, you guys, no family can do searching and et cetera without you guys, without some support. So definitely, that's why I say you guys like extended family to me. Never met a lot of you, never even hear your voices, but it's like I know you guys special. I just look at the names and say, you know what, you guys have been supporting. I look at the people that comes on the different platforms to support in every way they can, whether it's the GoFundMe, whether it's the petition, et cetera. You guys, your names are there on Twitter, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a big support, and I really appreciate you guys for that. Never forget that. Ruru, thank you so much for being here as well. Still praying for Daniel and your family, and for answers and awareness. Also, let's see who I got here. Avril? I don't know if I said, but thank you so much again. I really appreciate you being here. Does anyone know, is this a YouTube channel he is live on right now? Yes. If you're saying it's me, yes, this is a live, this is a YouTube channel. Please help find Daniel, of course. But yes, I usually do it. I used to do it every Wednesday. Now I'm just doing it whenever I can, you guys. And that's exactly how things will go. I'll try to give you a heads up whenever I can do a live and things like that. So, I may make it a permanent thing. I'm thinking about moving it from Wednesdays to a weekend. You guys, I think it'd be a little easier for everybody to participate. Put it on a weekend, like a Friday or Saturday, for everybody to be able, or maybe even a Sunday for everybody to be a part of this. So, all right, if you guys have any questions, like PM Channel have done here, put a word question before your question, or a capital letter Q or the question marks, and I can see those. But I'm going to come down real quick and say hello to everybody, and then I'm going to look for questions also. The question is, are you considering hiring another private investigator? I don't see a reason to be able to have one right now. My last private investigator told me he felt, not Mr. McGrath. Mr. McGrath quit on me. But I had another investigator who told me, who was helping me along. What his function was to give me things to investigate and how to investigate this. Give me tips like that. And so it got to a point where after Mr. McGrath quit, there was no need to hire a new investigator. There's nothing a new investigator can do that I haven't done already. So I mean, it may sound kind of weird to say that, but it's true. So no, it's no. I don't have a desire to hire a second, a third, well, really a fourth private investigator. I have one private investigator who's not officially hired by me, but he's definitely helping in other areas. So, let's see here. Who else I have here? Ken Fora, thanks so much for being here. We know what it's like to have your child go missing. If you have a missing loved one, a missing child still, I'm truly sorry, Ken Fora. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm not sure if that's what you're saying. I'm kind of reading into it, that maybe you had a missing loved one or have a missing child. If so, you're welcome to talk about it here as well. You guys, anybody have a missing loved one and want to share the story here, I would love to help you get it out there. With the little platform that I have, I'm willing and ready to help you as much as I can, get the story out. This is a family affair here on this channel, and I want to be able to do my part of helping you as well. Let's see who else I have. Valerie, thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate that. And thank you. Thank you, Kafara. So, Kenfora, I hope I say your name correct. Agree. Leave Alicia alone. Let her family take care of her. Yes, she's still a child. I know she's 18 years old, but she's still a child, you guys. And I mean, just be thoughtful. That's all I'm saying. The internet detective. How will you proceed if Buckeye PD refuses to do their job to help you? Thank you, the internet detective. And you guys, again, if you have any questions, please put that question mark there. The question kept letter Q. Thanks so much. They refusing to do their job since day one, pretty much. You guys, I had to push them along. Everything that Buckeye Department have done, I had to push them along. I said this, you guys. If I said this a couple times, if I would not have came out to Arizona when they told me they weren't going to look for Dan because he's something that they didn't even tell him. He's a grown man. He could disappear if he want to. When they took almost 3 days just to go do an unfounded, I'm just going by the word but unfounded because it's not found any proof of that. A helicopter search with utilizing the Phoenix Firebird helicopter. If I hadn't came out to Arizona, nothing. When I say nothing, I mean zero would have been done in Daniel's case, right? And the things that the Buckeye Police Department here, they try and take credit for, those things came either from myself or my investigator. So don't let them guys fool you guys on their report, because they're not gonna say, oh, Mr. Robinson did this, oh, Mr. McGrath did this, oh, they told me to do, Mr. Robinson requested these fingerprintings or whatever. They're not gonna do that because it make them look like they didn't do anything, which they haven't. It make it, you get what I'm saying? So the point is, I'm saying is they will, if I hadn't been out in Arizona doing I have been doing, if I haven't got Daniel's story out there on the national side, and also you guys jumping in and calling and everything you guys have been doing, they wouldn't have been doing anything. And they had still not currently. You see, if things start slowing down, they want to go back to their old ways, and I'm not going to allow that. So, of course, that's been going on. So, like I said, again, I don't believe that I need a private investigator for something I know now I can do for myself. All right, because private investigators, you guys are citizens too. They don't have a certain power. They have no power to do warrants, for instance, et cetera, et cetera. So, they private people. They just licensed to practice in a place, right? So, this is my son. I can look for my son. I can, do some things. I can search and ask questions and et cetera, et cetera. So, I don't need a license for that. Also, let me see who I got here is Valerie again. Mr. Robinson, I can't put myself in your shoes. I lost a child to leukemia. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. My heart hurts more every day. I can't imagine the pain of not knowing what happened to your child. Your strength is inspirational. Thanks so much, Valerie. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that, a loss of a child. I don't know what that's like. I know, I just know that I'm really sorry that happened to you. My condolences to you and your family for that. So thank you so much for even sharing, and thanks so much for even in the midst of your pain, you decide to help me with mine. So I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much, and God bless you and your family. Also, let's see who else I have here is Avril have a question here. And the question is, are you planning any future searches of the area at this time? I have been planning future search for the summer. As you guys know, a lot of people should know across the country, we have a extreme heat. That's, of course, people argue or whatever, but I say what my beliefs are because of climate change and things like that. We have a extreme back-to-back heat in Arizona, and one of the biggest things I say this a lot too. 'Cause I rebut certain things that people do. Sometimes people like to cause confusion, and they just like to be mad about something or have some suspicions about things for no reason. And one of the things was people try to count things and try to find something wrong with you or something, right? And they say, well, why you need money to do searches, right? Out there in the desert. That's almost acting like law enforcement. Like they went to go, I hate to bring this lady up and it made me feel a certain way. But I think her name is Carly or something like that, that lied and said some kids on the interstate and that she was missing. They made people think she was missing and stuff. They spent over $100,000 plus on this lady to search, right? So I'm saying, you guys, it's impossible when people say, oh, it don't cost anything to go searching. It does if you want to do it the right way. Anybody can run out in the desert, and anybody can run out in the desert and walk the ground and stuff like that, saying they're searching. But when you're responsible for hundreds of people at a time, or it was what it said. We got to invest. During the time I had a private investigator, et cetera, right? You're responsible for a lot of things. So, of course, I'm not right now. I love my son. You guys know I love my son. I've been out here for over 2 years, searching desperately for my son, still fighting for Daniel. But I'm not willing to risk anybody's life for Daniel. Not nobody else, family, not people like yourself, anybody. Special people like yourself who dedicate yourself and love my family, don't even know us. Love my family, put yourself out there like that. You have loved ones to go home to as well. People will be devastated if something happened to you, and I would be devastated if something happened to anybody who come out to my searches. So, of course, I try to do everything I can to make sure everybody's safe. That's why we have safety briefs, etc. And I'm not going to put anybody in the sun right now. I need to. I talked to the owners of that land who gave me the green light for the summer to do the search, and I can't, for one thing. To put some people out there in that dirt. Make a long story short, I'm thinking about doing it around the fall season if it can be. I had to visit those landowners again to the Howard Hughes Corporation folks to see if it's still a green light on that. But it'll be more towards the fall if those things go forward. But one thing I do have planned is the sit-in protest at the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. We will be doing that, and also the the physical protest at the Buckeye Police Department on a weekday, because they like the Mayberry, I guess, something. They don't open on weekends, which, I don't know what police department ever closed on weekend. They had their little substation open, whatever. But the offices close on the weekend. They close, whatever. They building, the whole building itself is closed on the weekend. So that's weird to me. But anyway, the thing is, you guys, so I'll be planning that stuff out for the fall, and that's one of the biggest things for the efforts of Dan. That's why it's really important, you guys, to keep this mail-in protest going while I'm doing that, because it's a lot. It's a lot to keep that pressure going. It's a pressure campaign to keep that on law enforcement to do the right thing, to do everything they can. I'm sorry to hear that. I've been looking at this, and I've seen about the murder. Man, this is a lot of things. It's really upsetting. So I'm sorry for that as well. All right, Valzel, thanks so much for being here. What his close friends? Anything there? I have been talking to Daniel's friends. Of course, you guys, they trying to help as much as they can as well. They really, when I say help, they will give any information they can think is relevant to Daniel's disappearance or his mood or anything. Anything they observed and etc. So I have been talking to some of Daniel's friends as well. So let me see who else I have. Any more questions? Everybody have any more questions? I really appreciate it. I do have one here. Canfora, what is the name of the company your son worked for? It's an engineering company. It's called Matrix New World, also called Matrix Southwest Groundwater. Like I said, it's an engineering company to assess groundwater and wells and things like that. They test the water, make sure it's drinkable, etc. They send them out to labs. Are they involved in looking for him? No. They have never been involved outside of some workers from the company itself. Came out to a few of my searches. I'll say roughly about no more than 10 searches they came out to. Most, yeah. And the thing is, I'm saying, but I don't know if it was a company mandate at the time or just a couple of Daniel's friends from the job. But there's a few of them came out every when I first started my searches out there. came out to support. They asked, hey, Ms. Robinson, what can we do to help? Look, I help them most time man the gates to help people come into the desert nowhere we apart and things like that. They did help. They did, because we formed groups and things like that. They grouped together. Of course, people that know each other kind of tend to group together, and they will look in their own individual place where we, being assigned to get assigned to. So. But as in doing a thing like calling the police, that's one thing that stood out with the company. Daniel Sokol has been missing, or nobody knew he was, and they have not alerted law enforcement. The only person that alerted anybody was Daniel's friend from the job. He came to my daughter's place and alerted her that he wasn't seen for so many hours, and so that prompted me, because of course she's gonna call her dad. And that prompted me to look into what's going on, and then it went on from there. Of course, I've been pleading and out there for funding and stuff like that to get certain things done. Of course, I can say Matrix New World have the owners, which is you guys should know this too as well. The owners of the company is one of Daniel's friends' parents from college. And that parent, the wife, she's the actual owner of the company. The husband is the part owner, and but like I said, that's one of Daniel's friends' parents. And I can't say they individually donated to the GoFundMe at the beginning when I started my searches out there. When I wanted to say, hey, ask for funding to help, fund the searches, they donated. So I can't say they did that. But outside of that, they have not done any chartering of helicopters or, do a search party and, that kind of stuff. No, all that was done by myself and you guys donating to help me. So let's see. The other question is, let's see here. We also had a terrible time with the police looking. And we knew exactly where Mary was the entire time. That's yes. We want to see changes in the police policies on missing persons. And I do too, you guys. And that's what the petition started off. Hey, look, I had a petition to help, because law enforcement wasn't doing anything. And they made me wait a full 12 hours. Buckeye Police Department, you look at they went against policy. They made me wait a full 12 hours against policy to the report. And that was time lost. The assumption that they came up with after family, we did the due diligence to say something's out of ordinary based on what we know about my son. They took all of that and said he's a grown man, he could disappear if he want to, that type deal. They give they somebody they don't know. They're making assumptions based on their own feelings, right? So that's another problem in the way they're handling the cases. Other part is, you guys, community wise, one thing I would say that with law enforcement, they go out and say, hey, we put everybody. They told me, you guys heard the recording already. I played it on here when I was of myself talking to law enforcement, and he was sitting there. First of all, he denied that there was a helicopter. So that's what I'm saying, you guys. This helicopter search they claim they did. There's no evidence of that. Even their own officer debunked it. But the thing is, even with that, you guys, when they approach the case in the whole, they look at Daniel as, oh well, we put his name in this the database. I can't think of the name of it right off the hand, but put in the database. What it is that when if his license plate come up and the officer saw it on the computer, they'll pull him over and say, hey, we're looking for you. That type thing, right? So put them in the database for the law enforcement thing. But they didn't, and that was it. And I'll talk to him. You guys hear the conversation. I can play it again tonight if I need to. But you hear the conversation. He was more like, oh, well, we did what we can do, and pretty much that's going to be it. I sound really terrible on there. I was really on the emotional side. But you know what, you guys, that's exactly the way they're approaching some of these cases. They don't take the urgencies and things that need to happen. So my advocacy would be more of that. States like Arizona, Hawaii, some of these other California that have high rates of missing people, Alaska, They need to have departments that's all they do. Into the police department, that's all they do. That's all they do is missing person cases, and there should be funding and things like that go straight to that. Period. There should be no law enforcement, just like there shouldn't be no law enforcement officers going out to mental health calls because they ain't gonna do nothing but shoot them, right? So the thing is, we need to, some reform on things like that. So yeah, I'm advocate for that as well. Changes the way law enforcement, some other things that goes along with that, but changes in the way law enforcement look at missing person cases and handle things like that. So, all right, let's see here. Any more questions you guys have? Thank you, Darby, for being here. Darby, thanks so much for being here. You are an amazing. Thank you so much. You are an amazing man and father. I think about Daniel, your family, and your continued efforts so often. I'm from South Carolina. Oh, good, from my home, and was a College of Charleston graduate. That's great, wonderful school. The year before Daniel. Although I did not know him personally, we have mutual friends, and I truly feel as if we was a friend. This is close to home for me, and I can imagine that you probably graduated with my daughters, my twin girls. That they graduated before Daniel did, so you probably end up running to them as well. But thanks so much, Darby. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. Don, thanks so much, Don, for being here as well. Praying for you, you find him soon. 2 years is 2 years too long. It is. We know without a doubt that you love your son. You're a wonderful dad. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Still saying prayers here in Michigan. Thank you so much, Don. I really appreciate it. Also, I have a question here from Confora. Thank you so much. Did you search a 15-mile radius around the vehicle? Yes, we did 11 additional miles. We did a radius based on that. 15 miles would be closer to the distance that we based things on with the vehicle movements. Other than that's before the 11 additional miles are found on the vehicle. But then we also base things based on science, how far and circumstances, how far a person can walk and before they drop without water that law enforcement said he didn't have, because we do see the 2 cases of water untouched. And also he had no clothing on, according to the law enforcement also, if Dane was there, no clothing at all, and barefooted on that with thorny grounds, how far a person can make it in that desert in 118-degree weather that time of the year, like it is this year, you guys, is hot. So yes, there's a bit radius that we did. You guys can look. To set the map now, you guys had been taken off, and I had them to get it back up. And but it's not as everything is not complete like it was. So I'm still working on that. If I can get time to get the completion of the areas that we did, but I do have my own personal map where I know what was covered and what was not. Also, Chris Brown, thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate you and support. God bless you and your family. God bless you too. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Any more questions, you guys? I will be jumping off. I think I have one here. Kafora, thanks so much. We're working on legislation, both state and federal, through Mary Voice. Good. Not fundraising, grassroots efforts, especially persons with disabilities. They told us on the same thing with the database, and it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. But thank you so much for sharing that, and I would like to learn more about that too. What you're doing. So that's wonderful. Let's see here. Esther, thanks so much for being here. Let's see here. Did I get you up? There you go. Thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate it, Esther. No one crashes and dumps their vehicle they're so proud of. At least their dream job is in the desert to go missing on purpose. And that's the thing about my son, you guys. Daniel, a geologist, love what he does. You guys seen the multiple pitch. He love Arizona. And I smile about that because you guys don't know how many conversations we had. I think we even had an argument almost about Arizona and Florida. I'm a Florida person. I love the when I say I love to be around more tropical. And you guys hear me say it often. I need to be by the ocean. I'm just a water guy. I would love to go swim in the ocean and etc. But Daniel loved that deserty thing, and he's a geologist, so it's wonderful for him. But we have multiple conversations about it, and he tries his best to convince me to live in Arizona, go to Arizona, how great it is, you know. And so that's the conversation we had with that. But yeah, a person who's very proud of his career. Like I told you guys, he wanted to be his entrepreneur spirit. He got to be a millionaire before he's 30. And his traveling abroad. He had these plans. We just 2 days before he went missing, we were talking about his plans and his aspirations and what he want to do. He had plans even that weekend, you guys. So a person have a weekend. He loved hiking, you guys. And a person who have plans that weekend is not a person who's planning to off himself some kind of way. And he's so dumped and depressed and down. Had plans that weekend to go hiking with his sister. The other part is we had plans to. I was supposed to be in there in July, the same month the vehicle was found. I was supposed to be in there in July to see that vehicle for the first time. I mean, you just saw how happy he was about this vehicle, because this is his first vehicle he got by himself. You guys, he had told you guys he had this Phfd type vehicle that he used just to get to work until he got his money up and he got himself that Jeep. He was very happy of it, very proud of it. And the picture you guys see of that Jeep, he sent that to me. That's not something law enforcement grabbed. No, he sent that to me. You got a real nice picture. He sent that to me because he was really proud. Dad, look, you guys see this vehicle. Beautiful vehicle. Told him I was going to drive it or ride in there with him. And we had those plans for July, the next month, right? So, it wasn't no depression in his voice and all the stuff I'm hearing. And, we talking for our normal 2-hour conversations. He was happened to be coming home from hanging out, doing what he need to do. And, this is etc. Just having a father-son conversation. So, and not only that, you guys just finished building a computer. He and I on back and forth. I'm a computer engineer major, and we're talking about his computer. He did it himself. Very proud of him. He had just finished that. So people had done all of that stuff. Don't have plans to go disappear from the face of the earth somehow. So I just rebut what law enforcement tried to pin on Daniel and try to put those narratives around. I just didn't have the energy, you guys, yet to put all these things together. I'm still trying. Taking me longer. I'm just a one-man band. And so, it's just taking me a while to try to get those things together. But it'll come out. Everything that Buckeye have out there, I have mostly a lot of things to say. Hey, look, somebody else need to be taking on Daniel's case, and those will be the reasons why when I put those things together, you guys can see it. But let's see here. I have a question here from, and this may be my last one, you guys. Since from Willie, thanks so much, Willie, for being here. Since Daniel went missing, it looks like Billy has been questioned multiple times, some within the last few months. Do you know if Ken have been questioned recently? I do not know. I haven't questioned Ken. I want to talk. The first thing I did when I got to Arizona was question Ken. I have notes that I took. I have witnesses I took. But the funny part about it, Buckeye refused to accept those witness account. Refused to take my account. But they wanted to put that narrative. I'm saying it, guys, and I'm going to repeat that over and over again. They put what they want in their report for you guys, and that's how I look at it. But those are not the actual facts of what's been happening. That's why it's important for me to get the stuff together. But yeah, I talked to Ken. I had those pictures I showed you guys before. I talked to Ken, took notes what he was saying, detailed notes, and they have, from my understanding, from this date, they only questioned him one time. Then they say, they claim, we're going to go back. And the funny is they question. I don't like the word question. When they say, I just question them. Yeah, you go question, but nobody been in that interrogation room as far as I know. When I say I know, is just me and my daughter. The Buckeye Police Department brought us in the back door, and they put us down in interrogation. I've never been in an interrogation room in my life. I'm not a criminal, never had to be in an interrogation room, but they put me and my daughter in the interrogation room to question us, though, get information from us or whatever the case may be. I don't know if they're being funny or what the case may be, but it seemed like out of place, hindsight, that we was in. I didn't even know I was in the interrogation room until I started thinking about it. Like, wait a minute now, this room was real small and this and that, and it was locked up, and and then we came through the back door, that type deal. Where they lock people up at or whatever. And I thought that was very, very strange. But the point is, I'm saying, I don't know anybody who's been interrogated, is what the word I would like to hear. I want your story to be vetted. You need to be interrogated to find out what the truth is. You taking a person's story, Ken, taken for face value without challenging that story. Because you guys see my lives that I did out in that desert, and I walked the story that he gave me, that law enforcement refused to take what he gave me. And those things was, first of all, is impossible. It didn't make sense. And then if you think about it, his story led us to the place where the vehicle was found, eventually be found, you guys. And so I look at that, and it tells a lot. But law enforcement refusing to hear that part, refusing it to this day, you guys. And so they just taking the man's story at face value, and he changed his story. He told Officer Cruz they met at 9:00. He's gone at 9:15, but once I guess the information comes to second off, he tried to say he was met at 9:30. But then that don't make sense either, because Daniel called at 9:28 off his phone. Supposedly, Daniel's phone called Ken at 9:28. So, a lot of things don't add up. So we can go back over that again. I'm not doing that tonight. But I want to say, most of all, I just want to tell you all, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for putting us up here. I want to see if it's something I'm missing, you guys. If I miss anything in the chats, I apologize. Yes, on their website. If somebody wants to ask a question for you, but yes, thanks so much for putting the website up there. Please help find Daniel.com, you guys. Again, let's see here. I got this. Let's see. Let me add this to the screen. Please help find Daniel.com, you guys, from the front page. I know you said something about it just now. And the front page for all the information you guys need, from everything here at the top here. But most of all, I'm saying, you guys, if you can help me with that mail-in protest, the information in here, when you come down to stroll down on the website. You can stroll down on that website. It'll help, saying, you guys who want to help me with this sign-in protest. Saying this mail-in protest, excuse me. And so if you guys want to help with that, please do. I really need your help. I need hundreds, even thousands if I can get it, to go in there every week. I mean, it's not, it's literally every week I need it out there. I need those letters there. I need to see those letters constantly going into those departments. And as I'm working in the background, that's how you do a protest, right? Also, the physical protest that will be coming up in the fall. Again, to sit in at the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Those who want to be a part of that, I will do an event. I'll be in Crime Con, you guys, in September as well. I'll be doing a Crime Con in Orlando this year. And for those who will be at Crime Con, we'll be a speaker there as well. So I'll be getting Daniel's story out again with Crime Con. So I want to say thank you to Crime Con for allowing me to be able to do that. But at the same time, I will be trying to make sure I get this thing set for this fall for those protests, those physical protests that we need, really need. I think that law enforcement think I just disappear when I took the small break or something. No, I'm not going anywhere. I told you guys that before. This is Daniel Robinson, my son. I love him. Any father, any mother would be doing exactly what I'm doing. I don't think they would do any less. And, I would be doing less if I don't fight for my son. That's what parents are here for. That's what fathers are, protectors, and that's what we need to do. We fight for our children, our family, and I'm constantly do that. So thank you, Amy. I see Amy here. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, and thank you so much for putting that information. I see your comment on both. But yes, somebody do know something, and but we're gonna dig it out. So, but the thing is, if anybody have any information, that's the tip line on the bottom down there. So definitely utilize that tip line if you can. I will not give up. Confora, I'm definitely not giving up. That is on something I can't do. As a father, we will be bringing Daniel. You know what I say, you guys? What happened with in Miss Navarro case with Alicia? That is bring new hope, you guys. That anything can happen. Anything can happen, you guys. I mean, I believe in God, and I know anything can happen. That is the truth. So I really have faith that God will bring my son home safe and alive. So I want to put up this right here real quick, though. Really quick, you guys. information here. I have a missing person. I try to put something up. Again, I tried to put something at the beginning. For some reason, the volume and the video that I had did not work right that I attended. But anyway, Maya Pearson, you guys have you see the information here. If you have any information about the whereabouts of this young lady that went missing on Sunday, June 11th of 2023, you guys. Said this, please call I think it's the DC Police Department, I'd like to call it, the air code 202-727-9099. Try to bring this young lady back home to her family. This information I had for a while, so I don't know if persons have been found or anything up. So if it is, I apologize, but I was wanting to make sure I put these information up. Also, Jaden Marshall as well. You guys, the information Monday, June 12th of 2023. Reported, and it was reported on June the 15th of 2023. But the same thing, you guys, information about him as well. It'll be a 202-727-9099, the DC Police Department. So both of those, you guys, you can share. It'd be wonderful. You guys can do that as well. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys for being here. I thank you guys for your love and support, the constant support. I would try to do another live. I try to make sure I'm just a long-winded person. I'm trying to make sure I don't go back being so long-winded. I will have more content. When I say content, next time I do this live, I will be sharing some information with you guys that I do have currently. Give you some updates on Daniel's case. The night wasn't the night I really wanted to test run myself and see if I'm really ready to do the live stuff like I have been doing in the past. But I think I'm ready, up and running. I'm ready to do this again on the live side, you guys. And I hope to see you guys again here. I hope to be able to engage each and every last one of you. I hope I get to tell you how much I really appreciate you. And if you guys can, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button again. Like I said, it will help me get the algorithms to go so I can help Daniel, and also it can help other families who would like to be on this channel with me. Again, if you want to join me, want to share your loved one's story, please hit me up on pleasehelpfinddaniel@yahoo.com. That's pleasehelpfinddaniel@yahoo.com. I definitely would love to have you on. I would love to share your loved one's story. No doubt about that. That is the way this thing should go. We should help each other. We're a family. So the contact information for me, you guys, is on the bottom of the screen. You can call me at the 803-200-7994. Leave me a text. But it's easier and better if you go to pleasehelpfinddaniel@yahoo.com. Pleasehelpfinddaniel@yahoo.com. Put your request to be on with me, and I would love to have you on. Again, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I really, truly appreciate it, you guys. And I'll talk to you guys on the next time around. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I like to say this over and over again. Please hold your loved ones tight, you guys. Hold your loved one tight. Thank you so much, Tanya. Hold your loved ones tight, you guys. Don't let the sun go down on your wrath. I said this before, even if you're mad right now, it's okay to be mad. It's okay to don't like a person, even your loved ones. But you love them. Sometimes ain't gonna make you really mad. But you really love your loved ones. Make sure they know that, because you may not have an opportunity to say I'm sorry, and you definitely might not have an opportunity to tell them that you love them. It can happen just like that. You guys know the story for me and my family. I only can speak on my behalf. Sitting, enjoying somebody put that, thank you, Sergeant Robinson. Thank you so much. Somebody, I was sitting out there enjoying my retirement from the military. And then I get that phone call from my daughter, about my son that I just talked to 2 days prior, and haven't heard from him ever again. It can happen just like that. Really quick, you guys. It can happen so fast. And that's a day I would never ever forget in my life. How you feel, and especially when you realize how far you are, over 2,000 miles away. It make you feel helpless, and then you're relying on law enforcement, and then law enforcement not doing anything that you think they should. So you can imagine that. And then, so the point is, I'm saying, just hold on to your loved ones. And not saying that anything, I would love to tell, one thing I'm saying real quick, and I said this before too, I would give anything for my son to even aggravate me. Just have those family dynamics. That's called family dynamics. We always going to have these disagreements or have things that we have with family. But like I said again, we know we love our loved ones. We love our family. They know you love them. We know we love each other. And one thing for sure, you should, even in the midst of your argument, say, you know what, I don't like you right now, but I love you, and I'm just not going to this right now. So I'd rather for you guys to do that, and just hold your loved ones close and the people that you really care about and you love. So again, y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll see y'all the next time I am doing this live. I don't know what exactly will be, but you guys will get a heads up when I decide to do so. So thanks so much, you guys. God bless you. Take care of yourself.